Hello, beautiful women. A little bit of improvisation here. It's been a little while since last time I chat with you. I think sometimes it's important for us to take some time off and rethink of, well, little things in our lives. You know how in in our journey to success, we we find ourselves with different emotions, right? And in this journey with online businesses, it's a business that moves very fast. So a lot of the times we face ourselves with the question, am I worthy? So am I worthy of such a success? Am I worthy of all of this free time? And it's very interesting because we find sort of excuses for not being worthy of it. So I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it's like, oh, I've got no time for this or that. And you somehow, after repeating those type of things over and over again to yourself, you find yourself having a lot of things to do. Because it's like, I don't know, maybe you weren't that um, fast with organizing the groceries or um, your meals during your day, or maybe you decided to fall asleep very late and then you couldn't get up early and exercise or meditate, and then you felt like there were so many different things. So that's more or less kind of like what began to happen to me, and at the same time I sort of understood better whom I want to serve, and the people I want to serve is the people I've always been passionate about. It's women. Women. It doesn't matter if you've got kids or not. Really, it's women. Because over and over again, I found that we still need to be empowered. And, and not just that. Empowered not just to succeed in businesses and all of those things, but also spiritually, emotionally, being in touch with who you are, rediscovering who you are, and you know, through our journey of success in all of this online businesses, you know, it doesn't matter if you choose e-marketing or affiliate marketing, we rediscover ourselves over and over and over again because we grow and then we grow again and then we grow again and we find new challenges. I mean, life is all about challenges because change is challenging and nothing in the universe stays ever the same. So we're always challenge, confronting challenges. And of course, if we're not growing, well, we're dying. So it's so important to keep on growing and growing. And sometimes it's important to just sort of stop and pay attention to what's going on. So, in my personal scenario, I was having like negative emotions in regards technology, and because I was having issues with understanding some parts, and in my husband accepting some of the things that I do, and um, helping and or not helping with how we raise our kids, um, in regards to values and behaviors and blah blah blah. So what I understood was that just like with everyone, it's inside of us. Everything is really inside of us. So of those things, when you approach them from inside, when you start not necessarily questioning yourself, but just listen to the kid that you've got inside. So imagine you've got a 5-year-old that wants to be listened, right? That maybe saw a dog and got scared. And then what would you do to that kid? Like usually you wouldn't go and say, "Hey, shut up," and move forward, right? Like you would usually go and, you know, lower yourself in regards, like you put yourself on your knees so that your face, your eye is at the same level. And you would listen to that kid, right? And just to have that safe space so that the kid feels comfortable. Um, so that would be great to do to ourselves. So sometimes we're feeling those emotions, fear, anger, resentment, and sometimes we just tend to just put them on a side and go like, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Just do whatever you need to do and forget about those emotions. Or if you're feeling sad or whatever, just move it on the side, stop feeling. And we're emotional beings. So it's important to just allow ourselves to express ourselves, to experience those emotions. So if you love yourself, just sit with yourself and just hold those emotions and just hold that space and listen to that little kid that's calling you and say, "Hey, I'm scared about this," or "I don't know exactly how to make this work with this, and it probably will need some time, but that's making me a little bit nervous because I don't know." So just sit with that girl and listen and see how those emotions begin to change because they transform. So maybe it's anger, and then it starts to transform into sadness, and then it starts to transform into, well, it's just a sensation of being worthy of whatever, of being listened, of being listened to, of being loved to. And then you keep there listening, just being like with that girl, with that baby, holding that space. And eventually, because you're holding that space, it gets healed. And it doesn't take long. You know, when you're just doing that with honest love, it just takes like 5 minutes. Really. No special therapy needed. Of course, you can, meditate with chakra meditation and all of those things, which are beautiful. Vipassana meditation or like mindfulness meditation. They're wonderful. So go ahead, experiment with all of those things because we need those things. We are emotional beings. They're having a physical experience. So let's take care of that because the more we pay attention to us, the better we take care of ourselves, the better our businesses are gonna grow. You grow, your business grows. So give yourself those space, and I just wish you the very best, really. And any questions that you have, any comments, never hesitate. Comment down below. Or if you want to comment on a private message, go ahead. I will always do my very best to answer you as fast as possible. And as always, I send love. Bye for now.